Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss a study entitled Gumatere Dance from North Maluku as a Source of Physics Learning, Analysis of Ethnophysical Study by Irnin Agustina Dwi Astuti, Ria Asep Sumarni, Irawan Setiadi, and Erdin Suhaya. So let's get into the introduction. The state of Indonesia is an archipelagic country known as a country with a multicultural, multi-ethnic, religious, racial, class, and different custom. For this reason, it can be concluded that Indonesia has a diversity of local wisdom. If associated with education, education based on local wisdom is an education based on cultural values prevailing on society. Learning that integrates national knowledge of society with the concept of science is called ethnoscience. Meanwhile, ethnophysics is the learning of physics that is connected into the local culture. The ethnoscience approach is strategy for creating a learning environment and designing learning experiences that integrate culture as part of the science learning process. Based on that case, ethnophysics has the potential to increase student knowledge. This is aligned with Astuti and Bhakti 2021 to argue that physics learning based on local culture can be used as teaching material for physics learning in the classroom. Gumatere Dance can be used as a learning resource with a special ethnoscience approach to the study of physics. One of the materials related to physics is GLB and efforts for material in class 10, and strange wave and movement of inertia for the material in class 11. Gumatere Dance is one of the traditional dance of the people of Morotai, North Maluku. This dance aims to ask for instruction on the problems that are happening, be it about life or natural event. This traditional North Maluku dance performance will usually be played by 13 to 30 male and female dancers. Male dancers wear ngana-ngana as their property, while female dancers wear fans. This Gumatere dance has its own uniqueness, namely one of the dancers will use a yellow cloth, as well as offerings such as embers and menyan to perform the ritual of asking for instruction for an event. The point of local wisdom education is learning culture-based physics, or what can be called ethnophysics is the relationship between culture and the concept of physics. The main point of local wisdom education is learning culture-based physics, or what can be called ethnophysics is the relationship between culture and the concept of physics. One of the prospective aspects to be studied as material for physics learning content is culture. The application of this kind of culture-based learning has the potential to develop learning methods into active student-centered learning. And the main point of ethnophysics as a learning resource for physics is local wisdom found in several groups or indigenous people in Indonesia contains many noble values of national culture which are still strong to become the character identity for their citizen. Local wisdom is also a reflection of the ethnoscience shared by a particular cultural community, one of which is like traditional dance. One of the regions in Indonesia that has local wisdom is Maluku province, with its traditional dance called Gumatere Dance. Some concepts of physics, especially mechanics, can be learned from the Gumatere Dance. This research is included in the qualitative research method in the form of literature study. Through this method, researchers can describe the problem, discuss clearly and comprehensively. The research method used is descriptive qualitative with data collection techniques through observation, questionnaires, and interviews. The data obtained were then analyzed, verified, and reduced, then constructed into specific knowledge and interpreted into physics concept in class 10 and 11 high school physics learning. At the beginning of the dance, the female dancer performed a movement as in the picture with the direction of the hands to the right and left while stretching a cloth. Meanwhile, male dancer performed the movement of hitting ngana-ngana. The concept of physics related to the movement of a female dancer towards a piece of the cloth is strain. Strain is the increase in the length of an object against the initial length. caused by the presence of an external force that affects the object. So the formula is epsilon equal delta L divided by L0. In this stage, all female dancers move position from the front of the male dancer to the back of the male dancer. They move at medium and constant speed, also still while moving the fabrics. The concept of physics related to the movement of female dancers is GLB, or in English it could say regular straight motion. The GLB is the motion of an object on a trajectory with a constant speed with equation V equal S divided by T. At this movement, there's no one other female dancer who enters and then walk around the circle of male dancers while carrying a tray containing offerings. The concept of physics related to this movement is the moment of inertia in the model of motion of particle. The moment of inertia is a measure of the inertia of an object to rotate on its axis. Then the equation can be obtained: I equal m multiplied by r squared. After the female dancer was in the middle and twisted her black cloth, the male dancer shouted, "Hey!" which in the end was followed by the whole dancer spinning around the female dancer who was in the middle in a few moments. The concept of physics related to the sound of shouting "hey" is sound waves propagating through the medium of air. The formula is V equal square root of gamma RT divided by m. After a while, the entire dancer who had been moving around slowly lined up on the edge of the stage and left only one female dancer who kept dancing at the random. One male dancer carrying offerings. At the end, after the male dancer has placed the offerings, he then carries the female dancer to the edge of the glorification. The concept of physics relating to the movement of a male dancer holding a female dancer is an undertaking. Effort is a force made to move an object as far as its displacement. Effort occurs when energy is transferred from one system to another. Then the formula of the undertaking is W equal F multiplied by S. Based on the result, Gumatere Dance is capable of being analyzed and studied based on the physical concept of each dance movement. Understanding the concept of physics in Gumatere Dance can be used as a source of learning physics in class, so that students are able to understand physics concept directly with practice. Learning media that directly display concrete events or daily life that are able to explain physics concepts so that they can be understood by students easily and will be much more effective. The association of ethnoscience in the theories used is very helpful in learning activities that are in accordance with the knowledge and experience of the student themselves. In line with the research of Munandar, which analyzed the potential of ethnoscience-based learning and found an increase in student love for Bima local culture. This suggests that ethnoscience-based physics learning is able to allow students to simultaneously learning science, physics, and local wisdom in the area itself simultaneously. This is also expected to be able to provide encouragement for students to participate in preserving the surrounding culture. Based on the result and discussion above, it can be concluded that Gumatere Dance can be used as a source of learning physics. Gumatere Dance can be studied physically with various physical concepts, namely GLB, effort, strain, wave, and moment of inertia. Studying physics through local wisdom is expected to be able to increase student knowledge and maintain so that it's not lost in the era of globalization. Thank you to the Ministry of Cultural Education, Research and Technology and the Directorate General of Higher Education, Research and Technology for providing funding for the Penelitian Terapan Unggulan Perguruan Tinggi 2022. Thank you also to LLDikti Region 3 and LPPM Universitas Indah Prasta Pergi for providing support for research activities.